All right, test, test, test. And three, two, one, let's go. Hello, guys. It's me, Cash, again. Once again, I'm gonna make another video. This one, it's an advanced trading way, and but just to make it simple, it's trading within the range, within the level 3 chop. All right. So let's get started. Let's get to the instructions. What is JADO trading? By the way, JADO, I came up with the name because one of my students, his name is Jay. When you see this, bro, yeah, this name was made for you, boss. All right. JADO trading is nothing simply but trading within the level 3 chop. All right. It's I've gotten a lot of requests, back then saying, oh, hey, how do we trade within the range in level 3, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, now you got it. All right. But of course, you must have mastered all other trades before you try to learn this. This is even more advanced in the straightaway. So I suggest you, if you don't even know how to take a bounce off the moving average, don't even try this. This is definitely not for you right now. Not at the moment, at least. All right. Stick to your M's and W's. I mean, that's what I stick to myself personally. Of course, I take the other trades, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the most safest trade, okay? I always promote the M's and W's, all right? It is imperative for you to know that you're in level 3, okay? Why am I saying this? Simply because if you get the levels mistaken and you go in and think it's chopping and you're in level 2, just as an example, it's in a downtrend, you're in just in level 2, and you think it's level 3, and then it drops on you and you get stopped out, and then you're like, man, what the hell? Why this? Okay, you got the levels wrong. So yeah. All right. So you must know where you are in the cycle. Okay, this is where you already have an idea of the levels of the market structure. You already got things going. You already see the pattern. You're seeing it. Okay, this is for you. You want to learn how to trade more advanced stuff. This is the trade for you. JADO trading. Okay. You will see multiple reversals similar to the boomerang. Boomerang, I'll explain that in the last course. Okay, in the final judgment course. That's pretty much trading with the blueberry. I'll explain that later on. Okay, don't worry about it. But I'll tell you how good you guys are so impatient sometimes. But I'll tell you guys later on. Okay, what boomerang is. Okay. Understand that these can be major moves or small ones. What do I mean by that? What do you mean by that, Cash? What I mean by major moves is, example, if you're trading within the range and you catch the M on, the HOD or LOD, you grab them, this can be a big 50 pip burst, like in 3-4 candles, like aggressive moves to the downside, spike it, and then come right back up, stuff that, like that. That's what I mean. Or small ones. Small ones, they do an M, and then you just go to the moving average, and they just consolidate, like a 20 pip drop, and that's it, or rise. That's what I mean by major moves, smaller or small ones, okay? Next one, the HOD and LOD will be major key, right? What I mean by major key is that it's like the major thing that, like, it's the whole business, really, okay? You will be trading within the range. You will have your LOD and your HOD in these areas, okay? Yesterday's low, yesterday's high. You will be trading within these ranges now. Can they go to the stop hunt box? And I'll show you an example, but can they come to the stop hunt box and give you a W and then rise? Yes, they can. Okay, but these are just your guides. And you're still within the chop because the other pairs are moving. Euro AUD, example, if this is Euro USD and it's chopping, Euro AUD is moving. Euro Swiss and so on and so forth. Okay, I'll explain the fractionals again on the next topic, but that's what I mean. Okay, there will be major keys in these, and if you aren't comfortable, last but not least, if you aren't comfortable with it, don't take your trades and just stick to what you know, period, okay? If you think, man, nah, this is just too much, man, nah, I'm just going to stick to what I know, fine. There's no problem with that, guys. You have to understand this is just an extra tool in the arsenal, I want to say, an extra weapon, you know, okay? It's not mandatory for you to know this, but I guess you can say it's good to know how to trade within the range too. You know, you want to be diverse, you know. Well, you don't have to be, but you know, it's, for me, in my opinion, I think it's diverse. Diversity is pretty good. You know everything. But yeah, you don't want to. If you don't like this trading style, that's fine. Just ignore it, okay? And just stick to your M's and W's, okay? That's it. Simple. All right. But remember, you must be in level 3 when you do these. All right. Let's show you some quick examples of what JADO trading is, or how to do it, okay? So clearly, guys, you must identify, you must please identify the levels. You are clearly in level 3 from a downtrend. Look at the blueberry downtrend, right? All right, now, okay, Cash, but how do I know it's going to keep chopping around? That's a very good question, and I've talked about this, right? When the pairs in level 3 chop, you know, simply because they're working the other pairs. They're working Euro UD, like I just said previously, Euro UD and the other pairs. And then you start, okay, if you don't know the disparities well, then look at this. You know, they come here the next day they repeat it, and the next day they repeat it. Okay, so if you're seeing all this stuff, you know, in a downtrend, you're thinking, okay, so they're chopping. It's common sense. Like, you cannot unsee this. Okay, you're like, okay, yeah, they're working this level, they're chopping it around. You know, there's some good trades. Let's go. All right, this is how the HOD and OLED come into play. Okay, so here they didn't come into play because this was the first day of chop. Now look at the next day. The next day you have your LOD, your HOD and your LOD, because this is where price was and this is where price was yesterday, and within the chop, right? Within the chop, right? Look at this. Follow the indicator. Look at this. You see that? All right, it's in red, right there. Well, I'm circling it right now, but you see that? All right. So you're like, okay, so they're repeating these areas. I got them. Okay. So how do we know it's good? It's the same thing I've taught you guys. Okay. The 2-hour rule. Okay. Very important. The 2-hour. I'll explain right now after all this about holding to get an entry in here in level 3. Okay. In the level 3 chop as part of the JADO trading as well. Okay. So the same timing, okay, you know, they 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 candles, and then they shift the zone plus what is Euro AED plus 35 in and out in 2 bars. In 30 minutes, you're out. Okay, they came and repeated the high, robo trades. They came and repeated again, 3 hits to the high. Don't do that in front of me. 1, 2, 3 bursts, spikes the low plus 45. You're out. You're done for the day. That could be what, 75, 80 pips in your pocket. Just in one session. London and New York, okay, cool, you missed London, that's fine. Okay, they spike this area, they come back with a monster move to the upside, they come railroad tracks, okay, they come back and do another railroad track, you got them. All right, 2 hits to this, 4 hits to the same area, you got them. 1, you got your little 2 pushes right there. Okay, little pushes, okay, little pushes, okay, you get out right there, plus what, like plus 20-ish pips. Okay, you got that move. Okay, they come back, they do a multi-session right there. They fail to come back to this area. Notice the spikes right there, they never come back to that. Okay, spike one last time right before they punish the buyers. 1, 2, 3, 4 bars, you're out. Plus, this is about plus 40 pip drop, plus 40. Okay, use 3 hits to the same area. 1, 2, 3 hits, and then you notice this. Okay, in hindsight, you won't see this yet, but if you would have seen this later on, if you're in the trade and then they spike this area and it closes like that, you got them again. But that's a little different. Okay, 3 hits to the same area. Okay, they don't come back to this area where they trap. Oh, let me get some of this out. They don't come back to this area where they trap. Look at this. This is very important. You have to understand this, okay, for this to work. 3 hits to the same area. Don't come back here. You got them. Okay, you're out here plus what, like plus 12, 12-ish, plus 15 pips. Not bad, okay? Not bad for a decent pips, okay? They come back and spike this area, failed to take it out, not even come close to the low, okay? Get in right there at the next. You're up here, get out at the high, plus 20 pips, okay? They come to next in Asia, railroad tracks. You're in right there at that big old railroad track. Wait for the 1/3 retracement of the railroad track. Always remember that 1/3 and a half. Okay, this doesn't only apply to the 50 bounces and to the 200s. These also include to this. All right. Um, so wait for that little pullback. Sometimes they're not going to do it. Hey, that's fine. Okay, if you're confident in yourself, you don't want to pull back, get in. But I just suggest waiting. Okay, get in 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, heck, if you held all the way here, plus about 50 pips. Get in, get out. Okay, they came in again, failed to take it out. Timing element, big fat W staring in your face, right for London. Okay, you get out at the Mayo here. That's fine. Plus 20. Okay, a big, it came in London. They did this. Bam, you got them. They did that little bounce off the EMA. You notice this trapping, the wicks to the Mayo. Okay, stop on high, hold the Mayo in this case. Okay, stop on high, hold the Mayo. I'll talk about that later on. But this actually, stop on hold the Mayo is actually when the peak has been established and they come to the Mayo and then they drop. Okay, I don't want you to get them confused. But here, yeah, this can be a stop on the high. Here, this one right there, that wick right there. Okay, you can say that right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're out right there. Now you don't know this is gonna happen, so you can get out right there. Okay, at plus 25-ish pips. Okay, plus 25-ish. You notice that they come all the way down here. Okay, and then they close right there. They close. They extended the low for 50 pips. Look at the stop on box. It's 50 pips. Okay, 50 pips. And you notice this behavior. You're a little advanced, so you should know better. Okay, I could probably get in right there instead of waiting all the way over here. Okay, get in right there, plus 35 pips. Okay, so on and so forth, guys. Just look at what I just did. How many pips? I lost count, but it was over about I know it's over about 200. Okay, this is what JADO trading is. This is what it is. Okay, yeah, it's a lot of pips. I don't want to say it's like scalping, but it kind of is in a way, but not exactly. I don't teach scalping, so I don't want you to think it's just a scalp. Okay, they're just ways to get extra pips in your pocket. Okay, but of course, guys, you have to know where you are in the cycle. This is why this works. I just did everything because that's how it worked. Okay, and then I'll show you the last, right, how to hold the trade and okay, how to hold a trade, knowing where is it going. Okay, identifying the anchor. Okay, so that's one. Let's look at the last example right here. Bam. Euro GBP. This is a recent chart as well. Same thing, guys. Okay, same thing. Okay, they come here. Okay, you're like this. Okay, I'm waiting for I'm in level 3, so I'm waiting for this to rise. Okay, they don't rise. They come and do this. All right, now this is where the JADO trading comes in. Okay, they come here. You see this movement. Okay, they got boom, bam. Like, oh crap. Okay, they did this consolidation above the low. You got them. You got them. You start noticing this behavior, right? In this case, you're looking for longs, right? Because you're in level 3, okay? So you got them, took it, you got out at the Mayo. You don't know this is going to happen, so you got out at the Mayo, right? Okay? Now, this is where the JADO trading starts. The high is there, the low is there, okay? You start noticing that they're not moving. They're not moving away from, like, you know what I mean? They're not moving up. Like, they're just sitting there. So you're thinking, okay, so the dealer is doing this, and this means they're working Euro USD, they're working GBP USD, and the other pairs, right? And not only that, but I know I'm in level 3. Once you know those two, or once you just identify level 3, you notice a chop, you got them. Okay, you got them. You start thinking short and long at the same time. So, okay, came here, big fat M staring at you, railroad tracks. They came here to scare you at the water, got out. This is a little more pips, so plus 50 right here, like around here, in and out right there. Okay, they chopped around here, chopped around here. There's no trade right there. Here, this would have been a nice one. You know, they did an extended hunt. Okay, they came here. All right, you got them right there. They closed right back below the low, held for about 2 hours, and then this went into profit plus what, plus another 40-ish pips. Okay, so it is very important, as I said, that you know that you're in level 3 and that it is actually just it actually is a chop. Okay, I already shown you the different behaviors of level 3s, so you should know better. Okay, this is just only for the chops, the consolidations, if you don't understand what I mean by chop. All right, you can grab a lot of pips doing this, okay? But if you don't feel comfortable with this, do not take them, okay? And one more thing. One more thing. All right? How to hold or get a good entry and leave it, or I can say leave it, you know, and you know that it's going to rise eventually. Okay, now here's the thing. Eventually is not in our dictionary. We don't know when they will rise or will they drop another level, okay? It is rare for them to do that, but they can do it, okay? You have to understand that, all right? It is level 3, yes. Everything, all the principles have been applied, but just imagine, guys, okay? I'm not saying it's always going to work, but okay. What I mean by that is that if they decide to drop on you and you're in a buy, don't sweat it. Okay, this is just another advanced trading. Okay, it is not mandatory, like I said, for you to know this, but it is good to know that you can trade within the range, right? Okay. Oh yeah, and then back to the holding the trade. Okay, some of you guys just want to hold the trade to eventually just leave it and hold it and get a good entry. But back to what I was saying to that also, that you don't know how long they're gonna chop. Okay, you want my honest opinion. I give it about 2 days. If they don't rise, if they don't do the pattern that I've always illustrated, the W will here. This would, like, let's just say here. Let's just say you got in here. You identified the level 3 and so on and so forth. If you identify this day 1, okay, this is London. So they come here day 1. They come here day 2. Notice that you almost are still not in profit. I wait for about 2 to 2.5 days. If they don't move more farther, I'll get out. Okay. That's why I don't try to hold trades from the anchor when it's this choppy, okay? Now you can. I'm not saying you can't, but that's my trading style, okay? I know there's people that use the longer time frames to, hold the trade, and even if it goes into a little draw and they still hold it, and they're eventually gonna rise. But here's the thing, you don't know when it's gonna do that, okay? So that's why I can say about 2 days at most. 2.5 days, okay? So notice here it went to 2.5 days and then rose, and I think it dropped right back down again. That's a no-go. I will just get my profit and get out. Okay? Let's see what else.